Now then, people, and welcome back to another instalment of the Daily Leeds. Jam-packed show for you today. There's loads to get into, not least these two legends stood right next to me here. Plenties to get into. Please smash a like on the video as well. Let's see if we can get up to 500 likes on this video. Subscribe to the channel. We're on that road to 3K. Leave your comments on the video, specifically best moments about Pablo and, of course, Gaetano, Berardi, and get your notification bell on because, as I say, a little bit later on, we'll have the top flight news bite. And I want to thank everyone for watching that as well because it got over 1,000 views last night, the first time that happened. So thank you, as always, for those that are tuning into the top flight news bite, the Daily Leeds, the final word, just the channel in general. A big shout out, Michael HD20, who has become the latest member of JUSTJOE FC. You can check that out below as well. And let's get into the video. Heard it right. It's going to be JUSTJOE, and it's going to be all about football. He showed descent. Bamford, it's in! Yes! Yes! I don't see many more appearances from Pablo. Fantastic inaugural guest. I have to pull out the big guns.
And this is the moment when I take a stand. I've got big.
So guys, we're going to start with the gut-wrenching, heart-churning, sad news today. I mean, we all knew it was going to happen, but it was confirmed today by Leeds United that two of our promotion heroes in Gaetano, Berardi and Mago, Pablo Hernandez, will sadly leave at the end of the season. It's a sad, sad day. It's one I'm excited about for Sunday. We'll touch on Bielsa's presser a little bit later on, but it sounds like they're both going to start. I've got Voulez-Vous, ABBA in my head all day. Gaetano, Berardi. Pablo Hernandez. I can't wait for Sunday. Can't wait for Sunday. I just wish everyone could be there. But we're going to be able to say, fond farewell. Look, they've both had massive impacts at Elland Road. They'll both go down in history as part of the squad that got us back into the Premier League after a 16-year absence. They've been loyal, dedicated, massive enthusiasm for this football club, both on and off the pitch. It's unquestionable, They're model pros and extremely popular in the dressing room and with us fans, Berardi's got cult hero status. Pablo, Mago was just a wizard. He got us promoted on his own towards the end, Who can forget Berardi's debut, the scissor challenge? Who can forget his reaction to the sick note 6? The fact that he continued to play on for Leeds United, even though he wasn't under contract, and put himself in harm's way. And he was harmed, but the club did right by him, He arrived at Leeds in the summer of 2014 from Italian outfit Sampdoria. He'd been capped by his native Switzerland, and he's the club's longest-serving first-team player. He had that side before self attitude, It was again highlighted after the season was temporarily suspended due to COVID, and we had to extend the season into June and July. He had no contract. It would have expired. We see numpties at Bournemouth, Ryan Fraser, etc., refusing to play. It happened all over the country, not with Gaetano, not with the Lion. He risked his own future by signing a short-term deal to ensure that he could achieve his and Leeds United's dream of helping us win promotion back to the Premier League. And he did just that, And then the club stood by him. That's what I mean. The club is just different. It's ethos, it's family, It's like being back in the Revy days. I wasn't there, but I'm assuming fans of that era will know what I mean. Gaetano Berardi, the Lion Berardi. And then we've got Mago, Pablo Hernandez. Who can forget Swansea? Oh, my God. I've still got the video on my phone of myself, Connor and Oscar reacting to that. It's one of them moments, we all know where we were when Pablo Hernandez scored that goal against Swansea. Who can forget his goal against West Brom? 17 seconds to give us the lead with a wonderful strike against, promotion rivals at the time, West Brom. And we beat them 4-0. It was arguably one of the finest atmospheres Elland Road's seen in a very, very long time, you know. But his finest moment, obviously, as we know, came in that Leeds United shirt against his former club, Swansea, you know. Let's not forget he played at the top of football, you know. He's been capped by Spain, played for Valencia, you know. He won a League Cup at Swansea, you know. He's done bits. And, you know, he came on at half-time, as so many times he did in the running, the last however odd games it were. He just used to come on at half-time, grab the great game by the scruff of the neck and just win it, you know. That's what he did, you know. And we needed to find a winner to stay on course for automatic promotion. And Luke Ayling's low cross fell for him, you know. The ball was a little bit behind him. And he managed to squeeze it in the 89th minute via the post. You know, it was amazing. Amazing. I'll never forget that moment. I'll never forget these two. You know, it's emotional. And I can't wait for Sunday to sing both their chants. You know, when they're warming up, I'm going to be in there nice and early. You know, they will always have a place in Leeds United's history. You know, they've given us moments that we'll cherish forever. And yeah, I just want to wish them the very best, you know. And hopefully on Sunday, they both play 90 minutes. We win the game. They both score. It's written for me, guys. It's written for me that Pablo Hernandez scores against West Brom. It's written. Hopefully within 17 seconds. But it'd be amazing. It'd be amazing. I mean, we'll move on slightly now. Bielsa's had his say as well in his press conference. He said they're two excellent professionals, great teammates, footballers who have been very influential and decisive for the club. And he said, you know, we have great sadness that they'll no longer be a part of this institution. But players move on. It is sad, but they've been a massive part of our history. He did go on to add that Llorente won't be involved on Sunday. No other real team news, but it did seem clear that he's happy with Hernandez and Berardi. We'll get to see the fans one last time. So that gives you the indication that he's going to play him. You know, he don't want to risk Llorente. He's got a little bit of an injury. And of course, he could be set for the Euros. So he's protecting him from damaging that hip further, just like he did, you know, with Clicky sending him off early. So I think that's the end of the season now for Diego Llorente. On his own future, didn't quite, you know, commit or confirm any plans for next season. But he said, you know, I can't deny that conversations have been had with the Leeds bosses about his future. And he reiterated there are no other offers on the table for him. You know, this talk of Spurs, etc. It's not happening. We know it's not happening anyway. But, you know, we know he's going to sign. He just likes to leave it until the off-season. It's what he does. We heard yesterday from Parag Maraf, Leeds United's vice chairman. He was saying, you know, he's hopeful that head coach Bielsa will sign a new contract and vows Leeds will be one of the biggest clubs in the world again. You know, and he's confident in keeping Bielsa with that. So, you know, it's looking good. It's looking bright. The future's bright. The future's Bielsa, right? A little bit of transfer news for you now, guys. This was reported yesterday that Leeds United and Aston Villa are among favourites to sign $9 million rated Chelsea midfielder Conor Gallagher. There's just over 2 weeks to go until the window opens, and Leeds United will be looking to strengthen the squad further. Look, he's described his best position as a box-to-box midfielder. We all know about Conor Gallagher. Obviously, he spent time at Swansea, spent time at Charlton under Lee Bowyer. He's then been in the Premier League with West Brom. I really like him. He's a player that I've fought before, you know. Certainly someone I'd have a look at. $9 million, I think it's very, very cheap. He's, you know, them teams that have gone down. I know he's a Chelsea player, but it'd be him, it'd be Mateus Pereira. You know, Lee Boyer's said about him before, saying he's an all-round midfielder. His work rate is unreal. He puts his foot in for tackles, and he can also see a pass. Yeah, so Conor Gallagher link. We've also got an update on Matheus Cunha. Obviously, apparently he signed a new contract, which looks like, oh, that's not happening. He's staying there. However, the contract was signed last September. Hertha Berlin just never announced it. So the situation is still the same. If an offer comes in for him, they would consider selling him. and Leeds are very much still interested. So although he signed the contract, it was done last September. And let's not forget, as we reported the other day on the Daily Leeds, he was liking tweets saying that he was available. So he's aware of the contract. It's not anything new. You know, it was done last September, which is ages ago now. They've just done that, probably knowing that he could be away, you know, and they'll be able to command a bigger fee. There's your little two bits of transfer updates for today. We've had a little bit of an interview with Bamford, just talking about Rodrigo and how it's a shame he never really got to play with him consistently over the season. He loves playing with him because he likes dropping short to get the ball. We've seen that. Obviously, last time out against Southampton, he kept doing that little dink for Bamford when them two are on fire next season. If we see more of them, can you imagine the goals and combinations they will create? Fingers crossed, you know. And Bamford said, I want to play with the best. And he's obviously a Spanish international. He is one of the best, you know. So Bamford's had his thoughts on Rodrigo. So maybe we'll see more of them together next season. And we've had changes at board level as well. I don't know what it means, but basically Pete Lowy, Australian Pete Lowy, a massive Leeds fan, big family, very rich family apparently. Asa Ventures CEO Massimo Marinelli, yes, not Massimo Cellino, thank God, and ex-Fiorentina CEO Sandro Manucci join as Andre Tegner departs. I hope I haven't murdered their names, but there's been changes at board of directors level. I don't know what it means. If you want to check it out on the official Leeds United website. And I just want to send congratulations to Gianni Alioski with his official confirmation of his place in the Northern Macedonian Euro squad. And big shout out to Le Chat, France's future number one, Ilian Meslier, who has been called up to the France Under-21s European Championship team. And listen, guys, if you get a chance, check their squad. It is absolutely unbelievable. We all know why. France are always favourites for tournaments. They just continue this conveyor belt of talent, and their under-21s look phenomenal. But that was your Daily Leeds, jam-packed today. I like that. I preferred it, if I'm honest. Make sure you check out the Top Flight News Bite, which will be dropping around 6 or 7 o'clock, as it normally does. Make sure you like this video. Let's get to 500 likes. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments and get your notification bell on, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.